Okay, and I'm gonna prove it to you. You got deja vu. Deja vu. We talk about deja vu. How do you remember these things? How do you know this? I done been here before. I call them milestones. Hey, 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 how are you guys? I hope everything is good and lovely and nice. All right. Look, honey, I like that. I hope everything is good, lovely, and nice. I hope everything is good, lovely, and nice. Look, honey, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Mm, It's been a long, long time since I've been able to sit down and kind of get myself together, my inner self together, and press record. I have been a person of substance for a very long time, and I wanted to reach out. I wanted to be that person that was, really paving the way for people, that were looking for answers, looking for help, for people that were kind of lost in the sauce, because at some point in time I was. Now I'm you really just stepping out. I'm really just in my own energy, stepping out and speaking up specifically about spirituality. I believe that's one of the subjects I want to focus on. Okay. Today we're going to talk about factory reset. Yes, yes, yes. Factory reset. I seen it today and I noticed it and I had to tell my students, "Oh, this factory reset is really crippling us." It is. So let me go ahead and turn my mic up. Factory reset. All right. Before we even get there, let me tell you just who I am. My name is May. All right. And that is mastering aligning or alignment, mastering alignment as an empath. Okay. So I am a teacher. Okay. And I am a traditional teacher and a non traditional teacher. But most importantly, I lead with honesty and I lead with love and I lead with communication and I lead with growth. Okay. I love what I do. I really do. And I'm just like at an all right now because I surpassed a stage. I graduated. Okay. And usually, what happens is I'm inside like a void for a while, and then I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to do it, and all these other things in between. And I don't rush into anything new. But I know right now at this point, it's a time for me to kind of pivot from being in the background to actually being in the front. Okay. So, my topic for today is factory reset. Okay. I don't need all y'all in my being, in my people. Okay. So, factory reset, right? I'm gonna give you a definition, then I'm gonna kind of quickly run it down. Okay. Factory reset. Why are we talking about this? Because my students have this and they have it. Ooh, it's so profound. It's so normal now that every time I meet them, I can tell they've done a factory reset. Okay. So let me run it down to you on the factory reset. All right. So the definition of it, and I did a little Google chat GPT type of thing, is factory reset is erasing personal data, downloads, the settings, and returning to the same state when it left the factory. Okay, so we could talk about a computer, we could talk about a cell phone or something like that. Factory reset. All right. So also we need to make a point of used to fix major issues. That's when it's utilized with the factory reset. Okay. Let's also say this. Take note. Back up your data to prevent permanent loss. We're going to keep it easy. We're gonna have our little three main points, 3 points. All right, and we're gonna talk about them three. So the first thing is the definition of this particular term, factory reset. So if we think about us as beings in our human form, um, we have these factory resets. Why are we having more factory resets now within the last so many years? You have more and more and more people on this loop, because that's what I call it. All right. It's a factory reset. Now, this factory reset is really harming us. It's harming us because we can't pass the threshold of something. We can't get past something. Okay. So, erasing personal data, downloads, settings, returning to same state when left the factory. I will teach my student, and she will complain about it being hard, even though she knows how to do certain things. But then she will also make it difficult for me to even push her towards mastering certain concepts. Okay, I noticed there was another young man. He was a eighth grader, and I was tutoring him, right? I was tutoring him, and he wasn't consistent in showing up in his, classes. But you could tell he was in one of the like BD classes or behavior disorder classes or the SPED class, because everything behind him was going on. Somebody screaming, yelling, hitting. I mean, they was going all out. He could not stay focused because of even that, let alone I know for sure at home he was not getting the skills and the concepts that he need in order to learn and pass this, grade type of thing. He's in 8th grade. I'm teaching him 5th grade work. Okay? He could not grasp the concept of carrying and or the takeaway. All right. So when we're going over adding and subtracting, he didn't get the concept of the carrying and taking away. So that put him back and behind years. All right. And or he was stuck in the loop of things. All right. I had to take notes. So the factory reset happened, and I talked to this person at least 2 to 3 times out of the week. I forgot how many times. Some days I'm there, he's not there. Some days he's there, but he comes late. Some days he show up and he's not even able to absorb anything at all. Okay, it's a hit and miss. So I said this is a factory reset. So some days I'm able to get him and actually get him to actually focus and actually get it. But some days I could tell he just was not there. And I tried my best to actually get it. And then find myself a little bit frustrated with it, but it was the passion within me. Okay. And it was the fact that, we know that the system is trash and just pushed him through. So when he was trying to take away and or add, he didn't know he had to actually look at the top number or replace a number with another number, and or he skipped certain steps. So every time I actually engage with him, I had to constantly re relearn him. So the concept of the unlearn and relearn part, he was stuck. He was looping in that. So he couldn't unlearn the concept because he wasn't able to actually pay attention long enough. He wasn't actually able to master it long enough, and he was inconsistent. So that is also arrested development. Okay, all these terms is something that we could talk about in the near future, but I don't want to, like stay too long on certain things. So he had a factory reset going on every day, and I got mad at him, and I was like, whoa, 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 no, I can't do that. I can't do that because it's not good to do that. It's not good to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me calm down and let me just take the time out because this probably the normalcy of what people do when he doesn't get it. And we've been going over this concept for 15 weeks or 3 weeks or 2 weeks, you know? So this factory reset is a loophole. It's a loophole and it's stagnation and people get stuck in it. And they don't stay there long enough to actually master the concepts. They want it quick, right then and there, easy. You know what I'm saying? It take time. Something within him in his cells are dying, and it's not able to actually grasp the concept of mastery. So we're on a factory reset loop. We are. We all are. Okay? And it's the cells that are causing this. And he has too much of the bad and not enough of the good. So the good and the bad needs to be in balance. Okay? So spiritually, he's dying daily at a rapid pace in which he's supposed to unlearn and relearn, but we can't seem to grasp the balancement of it all. So he's going to be stuck in the factory reset, and which the factory reset means he's going to eventually crash out. He's going to eventually crash out. And he might be stuck in that factory reset for a long time where it can have that, and we'll kind of skip over this, it will create permanent loss. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Used, this is only the factory reset is only used to fix major problems and issues. If we're talking about cellularly, why we have these factory reset is because you got some bad cells going on. You got some cellular overgrowth or something going on that needs to be that type of balance. Your body is already going to do it. You just might need to help it do it. So it's wiping everything out and you get a loop. And we're talking about cellular problems, which creates a massive problem. Okay. Cellularly, something's in there creating a factory reset at a small level, which creates bigger problems at a massive level. Okay. So he has some kind of behavior, ADHD, ADD disorder, whatever it is, and which causes a lot of other problems. Okay. Stay there. So, factory reset is used to fix major issues. There's a major issue. He can't stay focused long enough. He can't pay attention. He can't grasp the concepts long enough. Cellularly, something is happening and creating a problem to where he can't do the balance. All right? Too much of something is not enough of something else. Too much of anything is not enough of something. Too much of something is not enough of anything, however you want to see it. These are, look, honey, I don't make this up. All right. I only just teach it. All right. So back up. Okay. Backup needs to happen, but the backup can't happen because backup is like the maintenance. You feel me? You're going to save this particular policy. You're going to save this particular bylaw. You're going to save this one thing or two things and then wipe everything else clean. This is like the unlearn and relearn. So you're trying to get rid of certain bugs, mhm, certain malfunctions, mhm, fix the bad, keep the good. Okay? Mhm. Stay there. Stay there with me. So you're going to back up your data on a hard drive, wipe the computer clean, and then re download or upload your personal data, your downloads, your settings, and that stuff that you want to keep. Okay. So that's like cleaning your browser, or that's like clearing your browser, or clearing the cache, the stuff in the, we are the computers. That's what I'm trying to get at. God dang, man. We are our own chat GPT and Gemini, bro. I don't know about Aquarius. Why they that's another time for that. It's all right. It's all right. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I'll let y'all have it. You just know for real who we is. Yeah, y'all can have it. So I ain't trying to cause no problems. So we need to know and understand factory reset is happening daily. That's why a lot of people are stuck in this loop of it's a constant loop. It's a glitch in the system. Where is it coming from? It's cellularly. Okay? Cellularly. So what you need to do is you need to eat better. You need to take your supplements. You need to drink your water. Some people talking about spring water and all of this other stuff. Distilled water, honey. Distilled water. You need to make sure you got your binders on deck. You need to clean out every part and piece of you. Your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your holes, and your other holes. hmm You need to not be having on this cloggy, non breathable fabrics. You need to limit what you're consuming as far as like in the ethers, the music, the YouTubes. You need to actually have some type of movement and a challenge. You need to challenge yourself. Okay. A lot of people don't get it. This is a loop. You got to understand it. You got to understand it. That's why they've been taking people out for the longest. You got to understand it. Everything that I'm talking about, everybody done went through this. Okay. And I'm going to prove it to you. You got deja vu. Deja vu. We talk about deja vu. How do you remember these things? How do you know this? I done been here before. I call them milestones. Okay? So if you get a milestone that come up or a deja vu that come up, this right here is almost like a checkpoint. Like, dang, scratch my head for a second. I was here before. And or if I was here, what do I need to do differently? What do I need to open up my eyes to? What do I need to become aware of? Okay? There's all these signs and synchronicities, all these things be popping up out of the ethers, out of the cosmos, reminding you what you should be doing and where you should be on a constant and consistent growth, gradually. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to grow too far or shot up, shoot up like one of those graphs on the stock market. You don't want to shoot up insanely all the way to the top because eventually you're going to come down pretty hard. You want a gradual growth, okay? A gradual growth and expansion, all right? In order to stop the looping, you need to possibly maybe isolate yourself and or do some mindfulness practices. Okay. You need to understand that this loop is there for a reason. Okay. And the loop can come from your environment. It really can. All right. We got growth, like fungus, fungal mold overgrowth. We got spraying of the air. We got stuff in our actual water that's creating so many problems. We got constant nagging, negative, low vibrational things going around us, and sometimes it's like a spirit. It'll jump on to you if it's too much negativity around you. You know what I'm saying? You need to make sure that you do your resets, okay, on a consistent basis. It shouldn't even be every week. It should be on a consistent basis to where you can master it. Okay. So you gotta recognize, and to be aware is to be alive. You gotta know that. And then you gotta learn who you are. Know thyself. Okay. This factory reset has really hindered a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of individuals. These problems are small and they are minute cellular problems, which can be something bigger. So within, so without, above and below, and all this other stuff. You need to go in and fix your factory reset. Okay. How do you do that? Become a little bit more aware, but it's nutritional deficiencies and deficits that are really hindering our families and our friends. Okay? Nutritional deficiencies. Okay? A lot of people are lacking in vitamin B and vitamin D. And when you look at it, you got to understand that this also goes hand in hand with the astrological aspects, the cosmos, the planets, the alignment. Okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The circadian clock. All right. The moon cycle. All right. So all these things play a part. All right. And that's the bigger picture. You're the little picture, and the bigger picture is what you need to look at in order for it to coincide with the smaller picture or the little picture. Okay. So we see this factory reset on the outside. On the inside, there's some problems. You want to make sure that your factory reset is not every day. You want to get it to where it's every other day. Then you want to get it to where it's every week. You have to space it out. If not, you're going to keep forgetting and not remembering. So I want to make sure that you understand, and overstand. Factory reset. It's common, but it should not be every day. Factory reset is common, but you need to back up your data. Hmm. You need to be able to remember, hey, my password was this. Did I back up my password to get up in here? You know what I'm saying? Factory reset. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're inconsistent in this area, you're inconsistent in other areas. Okay? Factory reset. Factory reset. We need to make sure that we understand that we need to fix a major problem. So if we're fixing major problems, we need to fix minor, small, little problems. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So too much of anything is not enough of something. We need balance. Okay? We need balance. Now, arrested development, I did not look this up as far as like, how to actually, explain it to you. I'm going to just go off my inner, wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Arrested development. When we talk about development itself, that means some growth, expansion, some development of gradual, learning, you know, and or learning of skills. Development is gradual and or it's consistent. Okay? Arrested development, that means it's stagnant. You can't push past certain things. You can't pierce the veil. Okay? So you're arrested in this area. All right? You're holding back, you're lacking in this area, in this area. All right? And when we're talking about arrested development, you can be arrested you can have arrested development in financial literacy or just financial wellness. Okay? That means that you lack in certain areas in order to understand the concept of budgeting. You're 42 years old and still not understanding that you can pay your bill ahead of time. You're not understanding the concept of you can actually turn your homework in ahead of time. And why wouldn't you? Because you're on a factory reset and you're on a constant loop of procrastinating. Okay. So, arrested development requires that you unlearn and relearn, which also means our factory reset, we just unlearning. Boom, 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 boom. We not relearning. Boom, boom, boom. Unlearn, 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 unlearn. Factory reset. Everything died, 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 died. Next day, you don't remember what we talked about and what we went over. That's not good. So you have to unlearn certain concepts and relearn these concepts. It's going to be for the rest of your life. That means that you need to master that concept. It's mastery. Okay? Master the concept. That's why they have a lot of master programs now because they get it and understand you need to master. You have associate's degree or you have certificates, you have associate's degree, then you have a bachelor's degree, and then you get to the master's degree. That means you are pretty much a guru. Okay? Of this particular knowledge and concept. You're a master. All right. You can go past the mastery part and you can go to the doctoral part. hmm That means oof, you putting out you putting out like theories. hmm You put the research in, the knowledge in, you tied it together to certain things, and you actually have a solution to your problem in which you have your own programming, your own research, your own line of funding and stuff. Do you understand? Now, even with that being said, there's a little small little piercing of the veil beyond doctoral. Now, some people are still stuck in the certificate, elementary stages of learning and mastery and understanding spirituality itself. I'm gonna tie it all in. I'm almost done. Okay. So we're still at the certificate level, but we're trying to get to master's degree level. All right. So when we talk about elementary, let's calculate it. We got K through 5. That's 6 years. Okay. 6 years of that. All right. Then associate's degree, maybe like a 1 year to 2 years. 1 to 2 years. So we gonna space it out. We gonna give you some time. About eight. That's 8 years. No, no, no. I skipped something. I apologize. We got K through 5. That's 6 years. Okay. Then we gonna jump to sixth grade to 12th grade. Okay. When we do that, we got another 6 years. All right. So you got 12 years under your belt. 12 years under your belt. All right. And then we're going to do our associate's degree. We're going to add another 2 to that. We got 14 years of studying something. Okay. All right. We still young in the game, baby. We still young. Don't rush me. I'm almost there. All right. Now we talking about bachelor's degree. Bachelor's, now that's going to take you about 2 to 3 years. Yeah. Most of the time it's about 2 to 4. I'm just letting you know it's about 2 to 4. Let's be a little bit realistic. Some people do the little fast track, but look, honey, couldn't do that. I wasn't able to. I had to space it out. All right, we full time. You know what I'm saying? Full time mother and juggling other stuff. So we gonna say about 3. I'm gonna knock it down. So we gonna do the middle number, 3. So we at 17 years. You still a baby. You still a baby. Technically, you still a baby. 17 years of this knowledge and doctrination of Western whatever and philosophies and theories and all this mysticism folklore. 17 years. All right. So we at the master's degree right now. We ain't even talking about age. We just talking about years. Okay. We not talking about age. Yeah. By the time you get to the master's degree, right? Master, that's going to take you about another 2 to 4 years. 2 to 4 years. We're going to say three. All right. Three. So we got even numbers now. We got some even numbers going, but now we're going to get into the 20. That's about 20 years. 20 years. You getting somewhere. You getting close, but you just got out of that teenage year of knowing. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledgement. You at 20 years. You still new to it. All right. Doctoral degree off top 5 years. Please stop playing with me. 25 years of mastery. Doctoral degree. You can pierce the veil on the doctoral degree. You can. And it's able and obtainable. But most of the time, when you get past the doctoral degree, it's time to check out. What else you trying to learn? You trying to live in heaven and still come down here to earth, or are you trying to do both? You know what I'm saying? Look, honey, 25 years off top to learn something and master it to the point it's second nature. Some people don't even get to that point. Some people don't even get to that point. Some people get stuck in the elementary stages of learning the unlearn and relearn. Some people get stuck because of fear. Some people get stuck and had that factory reset going every single day and they like losing their mind like I used to be this person. Now I don't know what to do. You didn't understand that you need to do a backup, unlearn, relearn, but then make sure that you put that on that hard drive to re-upload your passwords. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to fix these major issues of looping. You have to fix these major issues at a small level, a smaller cellular level in order for you to see the massive change. It can be a slight mindset shift, like shifting your mindset. It could be a slight, minute, like literally 30 minutes of something else, 30 minutes less of this. For real. So we talked about factory reset, honey. And I appreciate your time. Okay. I appreciate your wisdom and understanding when it comes to this. But you need to know. I talk in like metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? I talk where sometimes I will lose a person and sometimes I won't. And I used to talk like that all the time. I got it from my daddy, you know, reading between the lines and stuff like that. But now I get it and I understand. These factory resets is real. A lot of people go through it. We all go through it. But we need to stop the looping. You have to stop the looping. All right? Don't be afraid. The song is we don't know what we're made of simply because we're afraid of what might improve us. Okay? Shout out to Rose Samo, Lucky Day, I think. Hmm. Beautiful. Perfect. We are here for a reason. And we're going to come together as a whole, as a collective. We got too many people factory resetting, erasing and wiping out the downloads. The downloads come to you every single day. You should be tapped in. Light the sage, baby. Light the candle, baby. For real. Speak to it. Something, something. You're not doing your job. And this is spiritually. So I got to tie it in. This is spiritual. You're not doing your job. All right. So let me go ahead and get up off of here. We already at 30 minutes. I ain't got time to be playing. I'm on time. This is the self love series that I wanted to put out for the summer. You gotta stop looping. Factory reset is real, honey. You need to actually hone in on the small, minute things that's throwing you off. So, if you want to get in contact with me, utilize the email. If you want to buy some of my teas, a link is there for the Etsy shop. If you want to know a little bit more, I'm gonna have some type of hard copy informations very soon on these concepts, but also I love to talk about overcoming certain things. Mastery. So factory reset is something that you need to understand, overstand, and understand. We all go through it, but you can't be looping. You can't. I love you. Be kind to yourself. Be great today and every day.